What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe, like the video, and anything you see in my videos, like the shelf, the fabric, lighting, all in the description below. If you're looking to buy statues, links in the description below. So today we're going to be not checking out this, just showing it to you for the beginning, but I got this nifty little 3D printed logo. But today is a statue display update. We've moved some video game stuff around. We have officially bought Mamiri. Is going to take a few months to make. We're commissioning out a custom Kratos bust. It will take probably 60 days, maybe a little longer. And then we're going to, I haven't pre-ordered yet, but I'm going to PO that Kratos axe. And we have sold Link on Opponent. It's currently on payment plan. So I'm just going to put it here to enjoy it. But I wanted to show you guys my vision and the plan. For the most part, I'd say 90% of this is solidified. Just a few things might change. So underneath, we moved Horizon Zero Dawn over there because I did not like Resident Evil on the right-hand side, and I think it looks completely fine as is. I can still see it great. Now, I didn't like the poster behind Resident Evil, but I did like the Welcome to Raccoon City. And that's a great centerpiece statue display because of the way they're both angled left and right. Did not work there. Only works there when it's top shelf. Here it works perfect right there with that. And you'll notice I removed the Kratos poster and wall mounted the, Blades of Chaos. So it works, having like, instead of a poster, some sort of prop or something directly underneath and above. And then on each side is posters. So most likely I will not have space for a 1/4 here on the left shelf because I do plan to do the axe I could wall mount. I could wall mount it right there. Most likely there if I could, but I'd kind of hoped to fit Tomb Raider over there in the corner and then do Kratos. But I just don't think it will fit. And I also think based off my Photoshops, the absolute best look is doing Kratos axe, Mimir, Kratos bust. Now, you also could do Kratos bust directly in the middle, and then like the axe, or the axe and Mimir. I could also do that, and I may consider that as well. But most likely, Kratos bust, Mimir, axe. And then that will remain the same. And underneath, that will all remain the same. Witcher, surprisingly, fits really good there, because that little line that previously was cutting Neo William in the face goes directly between Geralt and Ciri. And I put Ciri back there simply because she's my least favorite of all four. And I really love that Yennefer. And so, you have Geralt in the middle of the Trinity, and of course, Erden right there. So I think that looks really good. I like Horizon. Now, the Clicker bust is right here. Now, his arm sticks out a tiny bit. Not bad at all. It's not like a walking hazard. I got the logo, so I could put it there. I could also just put it in the middle of the shelf. Plenty of space right here to go ahead and do the Last of Us diorama. So we got a solid, realistically over 30 plus inches. I haven't measured it, but I could even angle this even more. But we have more than half a garage shelf, right here to go ahead and put the Last of Us. This is not going to be Halo. Halo is going to be lowered. I just have it up for now, but Halo will go there. Halo goes best right there. Now, I did try Witcher over here, but I think it's best Witcher stays in this shelf because look at it this way. If I do Witcher there, it takes up this entire shelf. I did that one, I can fit one additional statue, 2 per shelf, and it fills it up more. And I still think theme-wise it works pretty good. So we combined William Neo and Jin Sakai, because they're both, like ninjas from Japan. And then you have the Bloodborne there in the corner. Now, there is a few options I can do here. One, we do Tomb Raider. She actually does fit, although she is very tall, so I can view her best when sitting down. I can't see the tip of her, head barely when standing up, but she's a really tall statue. And an amazing statue at that. So Tomb Raider can go there, or we do Uncharted. Now Uncharted could go either there or there. I also thought, Uncharted can go here next to Last of Us, both Naughty Dog. So, I think theme-wise it fits really good. Tomb Raider will most likely have to go down there. The only other options is if we considered selling Tomb Raider, maybe getting the old Black Panther Weta one, or wait for a future Prime one and do something else there. We could also technically do Jill Valentine, Resident Evil. I will show you guys how that looks, but for the most part, I can do William there and something next to Jin. Either it's interchangeable, really. But basically I can fit one extra statue here. Most likely we'll do Uncharted here. I'm quite confident the base is going to be bigger than that shelf, so I may bring the shelf slightly forward to accommodate or whatnot, but we'll make it work. But Uncharted will go best next to Last of Us. The only other thing we could do, which also creates a space problem, but if we considered doing Ellie from Last of Us 2, because then this whole shelf would be only God of War and only Last of Us. Granted, you can kind of consider it God of War and Naughty Dog. But if we wanted to get Ellie, she would definitely fit on that shelf very nicely and complement the whole display. Great. So that is an option as well. But then, of course, you have to find space for Nathan Drake and, ideally Tomb Raider. So it becomes more of a space issue at that point. So that's kind of, I still do want to get the Jill Valentine, but of course, we're coming upon space issues, severe space issues. So we have to do something about that. So that is more or less the main thing here. Now, this wall, we threw Doom Eternal above. So he's a monster centerpiece, just huge, very imposing, looks great up there. I kind of wish the shelf was a little bit lower, and I could lower it. However, the problem with that is we have Zelda underneath. Now, granted, Ganondorf is not that tall, but, excuse me, when I step in, like right here, and I want to look at my Zelda display, I can see it right now standing. For the most part, this is something I need to see standing. If we were to lower it to, say, that shelf, it would cut off his head, and I would not visually see Ganondorf anymore. So that's one of the biggest reasons that is propped up as well. Like I didn't, return it to same height as this. It's also trying to make it so it's not directly side by side to the Devil May Cry. I think theme-wise, Devil May Cry and Doom fit extremely well because this has like demons and killed creatures, similar concept. We did Devil May Cry like that. Underneath is where we're going to do all the Dream Figure Zelda statues with Kid Link right there, Majora's Mask there, and most likely I'll wall mount that Majora's Mask right there, remove that and put it over there. And then Adult Link will go there with his two busts directly behind him. And if we have to move that Link back there, we will as well, and just put like all the accessories in the back, the main statues in the front, all the COAs. But I think transition-wise, this works best. Majora's Mask next to Kid Link, which is a companion, but not a companion to Adult Link, because he's only a kid in that game. But then Kid next to Adult. So it's kind of representing, two of my favorite Zelda games. And in reality, like my three favorite Zelda games. Because I still prefer the more traditional Zelda game, like those three, versus Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I love those games, but I still prefer like Ocarina of Time style. That's just like what's more nostalgic and I prefer versus the massive open world, just tons of exploration. I prefer just going to tons of dungeons and getting cool upgrades and stuff like that. But that works really good theme-wise. You got really two themes, Zelda and then like Devil May Cry and Doom. So I think it all works really good. It's really just a matter of, do we consider Ellie? I don't think we necessarily need her. Do we do Tomb Raider or Uncharted underneath? Now, Uncharted will fit perfectly fine down low. It's only 26 inches tall. She is like 31. So Uncharted, technically fits down low better than she does. I think Uncharted will be a superior statue. Granted, that's an amazing statue. I still think Uncharted will beat it. And it fits better theme-wise. Now, in the perfect world where I could fit it, the idea is to do Tomb Raider and then Mimir and Kratos bust and wall mount the axe. and then do Uncharted there. So in essence, I have my 4 favorite video game franchises above. And then that leaves that open for Jill Valentine. Now, it is possible I could make that work. In a perfect world, that's how I'd do it. You know, and I don't have to technically even do Jill. I could just do Uncharted there and get Ellie there. Well, no. I could do something else if I don't want Jill. You know, but there's definitely options. You know, like if I wanted to do Demon Souls or Elden Ring eventually when they do that statue. You know, Elden Ring would probably fit better theme-wise. You know, kind of matching like a Souls game. Or Demon Slayer, granted different scale. But overall, I am liking this quite a bit. And if you'll notice as well, this theme is actually very similar to this theme. You know, because you go Scorpion bust, Vegeta bust. This will be Sub-Zero bust, Kratos bust. And then it goes like the companion 1/4, and then another 1/4, then a bust. In essence, it's the same thing after the bust. It's 2 1/4s, and then another bust, then nothing but 1/4, just like this. So technically, symmetrically, it fits perfectly for this video game room. So I think we have a solid plan. It's just a matter of getting Mimir, Kratos bust, and the axe in, and then of course Last of Us and Uncharted, because those are the crucial. Jill is not a must have for me. You know, I feel like I'm really set with Leon and Claire. You know, if anything, I'll likely just keep Tomb Raider down there, and I did want to quickly move it and show you. Alrighty, so that's how Tomb Raider looks. Like I said, the top of her hair from standing at this angle is hard to see. The closer you get, the more her face is blocked. Now granted, the face isn't the best part of the statue. Like, it's a pretty good face. The coolest part, honestly, is her sexy body and those 2 velociraptors. Now, if we're sitting down in my chair, which is the majority of the time, you know, and I put the chair over here, so let's say I want to look at everything over here, that would be the angle. You know, so as you can see, I can see the full statue now. Oh, Gizmo, you hear that? He is a very demanding puppy. Now, granted, I can move Tomb Raider over there and put Neo to the right. I don't know, will that make it better theme-wise? Possibly. I still feel like this does work. It just sucks that she has to be so darn tall, but it's such a cool concept as well. Like, she literally looks like she's flying in air. So it's such a cool statue. Yeah, Gizmo wants up. That's his Mogwai cries. So, yeah, what do you guys think of Tomb Raider there? It's either Tomb Raider or Uncharted. Oh, look at this little boy. You guys don't understand how incredibly cute he is. He's a daddy's boy. Gizmo, say hi to YouTube. Oh, now he's trying to lick me. He's a chronic licker, folks. So, yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to decide on this. I'm not a huge fan when a piece is like this when I'm standing. Still, it does work. I mean, technically, you know, I have multiple pieces in my Marvel room that are a similar concept. Vision, War Machine. I can't see either of those while standing. Only sitting down can I see them. So on that aspect, yes, it works. You know, I mean, heck, if you were to stand Broly, you can't see his head good. So I think it does work. It's just a matter of lowering Halo, getting, you know, Last of Us, Uncharted, and all the Kratos setup. And by the way, this is how this looks wall mounted. Now, I purposely did the chains down because it takes up more wall space and I think it looks awesome. But a lot of people, to save on space, they would wrap the chains around the handlebar of the blade. So if I was to wall mount an axe, I would do that. But because I don't have an axe, now granted, I could just buy a cheap eBay one for 150 bucks and whatnot, but it does not look nearly as good. And I want one that looks just like that. And that's the custom one. It looks just like that, but it even has fluorescent like blue, so it looks really good. And these blades are fantastic. I'm very happy with that. Now, you're probably wondering what'd you do with the old blades. I actually just wall mounted them here. They're just right there. So this is like a prop wall. And I might even throw Kratos, you know, God of War 3 poster underneath that I have. You know, but I just removed the Zelda poster. I think that fits better anyways. But yeah, folks, this is pretty much it, and I think this is going to be the final plan. Now, I do have backups, just so you're aware, in case my Kratos custom turns out bad. So I don't think it will. You know, I do have faith in my commissioner, but if he fails me, I have an alternative commissioner who's already made one. And his looks pretty good. We would do some additional customization on the base and armor, but I'm already pretty happy with his. He is backup number 2. The first one, though, we're going to do it with arms holding the Blades of Chaos. We could do the axe, but I want to do Blades of Chaos because that's his traditional weapon, and I just feel like it would be a lot easier to display. The axe is huge. It's like over 40 inches. So we're going to do Blades of Chaos Infinity Studio style, like 3 feet tall. Now, if that fails me, the one I would get, the replacement, would not have arms. We could make it probably at least 32, 33 inches tall. It would be silicone glass eyes, hand-punched hair, and it would be an improvement for his current Kratos bust, for sure. Of course, that comes at an added cost, but I would pay it. The third and final option, in case all 2 of those fell, which granted, second one's a for sure thing, but the third one would just be Gaming Heads Kratos. Granted, it's, you know, awkward in terms of like the shape of the bust. It kind of reminds me of the HCG Michael Myers, where it's just like, who designed this? It's lacking shoulders, it's lacking body, the base is too small, it's fully sculpted, you know, eyes look like they're decals. You know, like the likeness is there, and I think overall it's a pretty decent bust, especially since it only costs $900, where the silicones I'm talking about are several $1,000s. For me, though, I just find I am much happier with a bust when I get the premium. You know, like that clicker bust, kind of crazy. Someone said that was better than Lincoln Epona. They're smoke and crack, but that's one of my favorite pieces in my collection now, hands down. It truly is. It is beyond cool in so many freaking ways. No, the ultimate idea is you want a piece as realistic as possible that represents that. And this looks like how a clicker would look in real life. So I want the same thing with Kratos. I want to go all out. You know, so we're putting tons of love on Kratos. Now, most likely, I'm going to need to sell some statues to help fund this endeavor. So you most likely will see a for sale video in the coming future of some pieces. And those pieces might entail Red Sonja Vampirilla, possibly a Lita bust. You know, I'm trying to, you know, if I'm going to be selling something, it has to be something not part of a line. And those ones would be the first to go, most likely. You know, alternatively, I technically could sell Bruce Lee, but I like Bruce Lee more than Alita. You know, so, yeah. But anyways, folks, that is it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below of the display. And I will see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.